What's something people don't know about podcast disclaimers? They're the ultimate cover our butts move. All right, folks, let's get real. You know those disclaimers at the start of podcasts? The ones that say these opinions are our own and not our employers, friends, or anyone who might sue us. Yeah, those. Why do we need them? Because Stacey and Casey here, well, we might say something bonkers. And we don't want you blaming our bosses, our moms, or that guy who bagged our groceries last week. Nope, it's all on us, people. Think of it like this. We're just two dudes with microphones and way too much free time. And while we're at it, let's be clear. Our jokes, rants, and random thoughts, purely our own genius or nonsense. Depends on the day, so sit back, relax, and remember, if you're offended, it's definitely not because of our employers. It's all Stacey and Casey, baby. Covering our butts, one disclaimer at a time.
What's going on, boss man?
What's up, Jive Turkey? How you doing? Does it look funny? Does it look better when I say Jive Turkey when I got my do-rag on?
No, it's just funny the way you introduced it.
Oh.
It's all off center and shit.
Don't judge me.
It's all good. You got to hold the hair down, baby.
Thanks, man. I got to keep my waves going.
Hey, you got them going backwards. I got them
flowing.
forward. I was looking at it today. I say you got the rich man cut, but I'm Stacey.
Casey.
And this is
the Stacey and Casey Show.
Hey, baby.
Hey.
Welcome to all our viewers. Shout out to you.
Yep. And I got some big news.
What you got?
Paula and I, we weren't gonna share this with anybody until it was official, but we have another little mouth to feed.
Hey.
Yes, we have hatched our first chick.
Hey, what?
What?
Free dinner?
Yeah. No, I was on my way here, and I was using my GPS because I don't know how to get here yet. So I still feel like I'm going to some witness protection. I can see how it's hidden. If I like witness a mob shooting, I would love to live here.
That's crazy.
I could tell the ice cream man was in on it too. He had like a neck tattoo.
He came by and let him know that's the one. Gave the head nod, threw the chicken out the window.
Yeah.
Signal the house.
I'm telling you, I say, hey man, I got a business proposition for you. You can change those stickers on that truck. Give me some foghorn leghorn. No, we got a baby chick. So one hatch. I was on my way here. She FaceTimed me, and I looked down, and there's like a little yellow chick just cheep, hopping inside the incubator. She's like, "What do I do?" Because she's like, I've been taking the whole reins of this thing. She just was like, "Oh my God, it's here. What do I do?" I was like, "Don't touch it. Just leave it alone."
Dad'll be home soon.
I heard you don't do anything till it's dry. She's like, "It's not dry." I was like, "Okay, well, it's just let it hop around." So she's been showing me videos. It's been hopping around and stuff. So she's getting the box ready with the heat lamp. There's still another friggin' 17 eggs in there. I feel bad that I'm not there helping her, but then again, I think it comes natural to her as a hen herself. Take care of a baby.
No, I will say congratulations first and foremost. Because now you're saving money. Now you're producing them.
That's right.
First step to the ice cream truck.
I'm telling you.
First step to the ice cream.
I'm gonna be off the grid here pretty soon.
Hey, don't tell them that they're gonna look for it.
No, that's why I wanted your name first on this show.
That's what did we say to that? Hold on a minute, I can't remember.
Which one?
What?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were on. Wasn't that funny?
No.
Oh yeah, I think it's under yell. Yeah, there it is.
So now, as far as I'm interested to see. I know you were incubating. I can't wait to see. There's a bunch of them running around. We did agree we want to let little man come over play with the chickens, so that's going to be fun.
Hell yeah!
I can't wait. We'll get video of that.
And the cool thing is, it was the green egg, which was laid by our Easter egg layer of chicken, and that was.
Ain't that the one you told me earlier? You thought would be black?
I thought it was the black, the Orpington. I thought it was laying the green eggs, but no, it's the chick even came out like a yellow colored, almost like our Easter layer Poppy, and Poppy is the one she named after her granddaughter, Poppy. So it's kind of symbolic. That's the first egg to hatch out of all of them.
My own chicken, y'all.
Speaking of chickens, hey, it's football season right now.
Hey,
okay,
it is a
football fantasy. Or do you have your fantasy picks? You got it all done?
I actually was doing some fantasy picks. It sounds terrible today at my desk at work because we were slow. So I was going in and putting some fantasy leagues in. I know you one year you were talking about how you had won money on Yahoo Fantasy Sports, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you got me on it like a year or two. Whenever you first told me, I got on and started playing it. And I came up a couple hundred, and I was like, all right, well, it's the first, we're getting in there. Let me see what we can do before all the injuries take place. So I'm
Mhm.
hoping I can snag a couple dollars.
Yeah, no, and it's the first few games that like, you have the best odds because you can just like take some chances and shit, put a quarter here, quarter there. Next thing you know, you're hitting like huge pots. Late in the season, when all the professionals know like all the fucking statistics and what's gonna hit and blah 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 blah, they know people behind the scenes. And man, I couldn't win shit. I ended up losing like all the money I won. I was transferring money. Paula's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, it's not a problem
It's
yet.
coming back. It will be.
Yeah,
No, so that
I
I
think
got
we'll start
off of
drinking again.
it. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
But with fantasy league, I mean, I just got to ask, did you go to any drafts? I know drafts are a
Oh,
big thing.
I've never been to a draft. The only reason I did an online draft was to take over the manager team for my wife's job. But I'm not very good at fantasy because I haven't been keeping up with it all last year or anything. So when I was picking, I was like spur of the moment, just like picking people out of impulse. So I have no idea if my
That name
team.
sounds familiar.
I know I lost the first round the other day, so it's not looking good. But I think I'm doing better than she would have.
No, I just want to know out of everybody you know or a restaurant. Actually, let me go back. I'm gonna go a different way. Who has the best chicken wings and why?
Well, I would have to say Chuck, our Jewish hen. She has the best wings.
I mean,
I
as
know.
far-
I know. I'm just saying they're sexy. They're like really long and they have feathers.
Are they real
Yeah,
edible? They're real
yeah.
edible.
Well, I'm sure they are. I'm find
They're
out.
real
Neither are you.
succulent?
You better keep your hands off my chicken, motherfucker. Chicken eating motherfucker. And that was not racist. Okay, that was. See, I impulsively said that because that just came out. We're talking about chickens. The fact that he's a half black
He's
has nothing to
extremely
do with it.
defensive about his chickens, guys.
I will kick someone's ass over one of my chickens.
Hey, next time I'm there, I'm gonna ask which one we deep frying.
Well, I'm sure my wife would say Mo. So if you really want to go over, it's definitely the rooster that has a personal vendetta against my wife. God forbid she doesn't have her Louisville Slugger in her hand when she goes across the yard. He just spots her from a distance. It's hilariously scary.
Hey, we should have put that video up. We didn't even think about that.
I know the first time he attacked her and I pulled out my phone, a part of me was like, I know this is wrong. I should be protecting her right now. Because she was running through the yard with her like robe on, going, help. And I was getting ready to help and I saw what was happening. I was like, I get
Hey,
this
we're
shit on
gonna
video.
share that video on the stage.
Oh, I got the video. Okay, I'll show
Right,
it
we'll
later.
post it.
I'll
So-
pull it up when we're doing the song later.
I'll
Okay.
actually post it to the page this week so people.
Yeah,
can see
we'll put that in there. It's my wife running, and she has you should see the robe she's wearing. It's an American flag robe running across the yard and the
from a
country.
chicken.
It's friggin' hilarious.
Hey,
But back to your question.
well, I want to go about it a different way.
Okay.
Spicy, hot, mild, sweet,
Ooh.
tangy.
Oh, you know me, baby. It's spicy. I want it to hurt a little bit.
Hey, you're not
Yeah.
lying.
I want my lips to tingle. I want to be able to, like, as a joke, give my wife a kiss and her go, "Oh my God, what'd you just see?" That's like the best.
Naked or breaded.
Yeah. Naked or breaded. See, now, if I'm going out breaded home, I'm gonna say naked. So naked these days, yeah.
At the house? Or
Yeah, naked at the house.
So I'm 100% naked man. I love naked out or in. Breaded is just too much for me. I love naked, always have.
The only place I would do breaded, and it's been a long time since I've been there, is probably Hooters. Does Hooters still like have good wings? I mean,
So it's funny you say that because we wanted to go there the other day and I was like, I make good chicken wings. Wingstop is pretty basic to most people, but it has good chicken wings. If you just want some good naked wings, if you're from St. Louis area, shout out Miami Grill. They make good wings. But as far as if you want a good naked wing one, it's healthier, but two, it's easier.
yeah, I was thinking
So
healthy
much fucking
factor.
easier.
Yeah.
I'm taking the lazy route. You're the healthy guy. I'm the lazy guy. I don't got to bread it, double bread it, do all this extra shit. If I'm doing all that, I better have over 6 people for family dinner because I'll be damned.
Yeah, no, I'm going naked all the way, hot and spicy in the air fryer, and I do a little extra crispy. I don't care if they're a little dry, and I do the sauce on the side. Unless I feel a little froggy, I'll coat them, put them back in, get the crisp on there with the
Kind
sauce.
of like a trash one.
Yeah, kind of like a trash, but not like double breaded trash, but
Yeah.
double sauce trashed.
Mm.
Ooh, super
Extra
spicy.
fried,
Yeah.
well done.
And then for
Yeah.
dessert, oh, big old bowl of ice cream
This
with
man,
hot
this
fudge
ice
on it.
cream.
Oh my
Hey,
god!
y'all may think
Oh
it's a
my
bluff.
god!
This man walks around the office, as you've seen in the last episode, sits in the car, walks around with a tub of ice cream in his
Dude,
hand.
Roseby. It's
Hey.
Roseby's fault. I used to be a Turkey Hill guy, but Turkey Hill just sells the
Bluebell.
big old gallons. I'm not gonna walk around the gallon, but the half gallon from Bluebell. Oh my god, that shit
And
is
look,
fire.
Hey, it's funny because the day I asked about you about the banana pudding, and you were like,
Oh.
"I'm not going back. I have to try every flavor first." I
Yeah,
just started cracking up.
Yeah, I went back to it. I got a second. That's the first one I went back to. So I was gonna try every flavor. That and the cotton candy is the best. And people, anybody who's listening, if whatever ice cream is like the bomb diggity, and it's like, oh my god, you haven't tried this, this, and this. Please tell me I want to try it. I'm like a man of many flavors. I love that shit, and I love me some good ice cream. And also put in here where you think the best wings are. But yeah, I think we
Well-
both agree making them at home is the best.
Definitely. And I'm gonna go back and forth on that because it depends what kind of mood am I in, right? Making them at home is the best when I have time, right? Frying chicken, I mean, the air fryer makes it more convenient. I do the whole unhealthy way, pull out the fryer. I actually just started frying them in the wok, and it makes life so much easier. But I highly recommend it. As far as oh, really quick, this is from Paul. This is off topic. I went back to the Bluebell.
Yeah.
Swearing by the Dr. Pepper ice cream. Have you tried it yet?
No.
Is that
No.
one you're holding to the end?
They have two different. They have an A&W root beer and they have a Dr Pepper. So you're saying that the Dr Pepper is better than A&W?
Paul, let us know what's better.
Yeah, because I mean, who said that?
Paul, he's from work, so
Yeah,
you can respond to him. He's on Facebook, but I just responded. We're waiting on a response from him. I will say, it's funny because one of the things we have in common is our ice cream choices. We base everything based off the vanilla, right? Like we like to eat the good vanilla, see what we got. If it's good, then we'll try the other flavors. Am I right, or is it?
yeah. The vanilla was fire right out of the gate. Yeah, you had to get the all natural vanilla Bluebell. I ate one of those in a whole lunch sitting. I mean, it was like so good.
For me, I'm the old school parent. I will say, I love ice cream, but for different reasons. I get to use it for, you know what I'm saying, as a form of bribery for you to do the right thing.
Oh, see. I parented the wrong way like that too when I was younger.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked up because it's true. Yeah, bribing with stuff like that never works. They should want to do it to want to do it to make you proud. And man, if I would have led more by example when I was younger instead of just pointing my finger and giving rewards, I just think I would have got a lot further. I don't know. I'm a horrible father.
But
I told you I'm
isn't
the
that
Benjamin
life,
Button father. I'd do
But-
everything better backwards.
but I have to ask, isn't that life? If you really think about it, is as a parenting, like I know that we play devil's advocate sometimes, but in life, you do something and get a reward, right?
Yeah.
That's just what it is, right?
Of
So
course.
just because, and me and a friend of mine, my friend Marcel, we were just talking about this about not controlling our kids, right? But guiding, right?
Mhm.
And our goal is to establish what it is to be an adult from young age. Basically, I'm raising someone who's going to be an adult, a father, a husband, a producer. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
let's call it what it is. So,
And you don't want your kid to be seen as like somebody who has no respect or doesn't.
but at the same point, I want them to understand if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you don't get ice cream.
Oh,
Right?
of course. Yeah.
That's the reward. It's a cheap reward. It works, right? But
Yeah.
at the same point, you get to those points where you get into fine line of you did what you were supposed to do, but you were disrespectful, right? So now do I take the ice cream from you? Do I not? And it's as a parent, as a person, right? Like you'd even do this with your friends. Like we all have that person that we may take in doses, or a person that they just say one thing one day and it was just the right disrespectful thing that you're cut off. The
Mhm.
reward was my time, my company, right? So you're cut off from it. I hang out with you because we have things in common. I don't hang out with you because I hate you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna sit in a room with a person that has completely opposite views of me. But
I do it every Thursday at 7:00.
I mean, but you know, we have similarities in other areas. But as far as I will say, where do we stop it. You know what I mean? Because it gets to a point where, and this is the problem I'm having now, and I think that people have this in their daily life too, as adults, especially the ones that were spoiled, right? We're so used to getting it. Like we work in sales, right? So we're one
Yeah.
of, you can put it like this. I did everything right. Why didn't I get it? And I'm afraid I'm raising that mentality, and I think failure will be so much worse. And then on top of it, you have the respect factor. And because so many people nowadays don't know respect, you're raising a kid who's money oriented, basically, who's goal driven, but is kind of disrespectful.
Well, maybe that's where you need it goes hand in hand where you teach respect. You also teach the same thing, like not only how do you handle winning and getting rewarded, but
Failure.
how do you handle failing? Do you? And then you need to not punish, but you need a guide.
We live in a new world.
Well, I know, but just like you said, you're scared that his failures will be so detrimental that he'll, say, okay, I didn't get why am I not getting what I want? So you're like,
Yeah.
so
That, but my other fear is I'm not raising you to be like everybody else who's disrespectful and who doesn't take accountability, right? And my fear is I raise you to be respectful. I raise you to have discipline, self-discipline. I raise you to have accountability within yourself. And you live in a world nowadays that nobody takes accountability. They only care about their feelings.
Mhm.
And I have to now take into accountability your feelings on top of facts. So do I raise you in a world of you focus on the facts, or do I accommodate this world too? And this is with everybody. Like I
Oh
want you
no,
to
I
think
can
about yourself. And when I say this, not just my son, but everybody is a person. How much have you conformed to society
conform to society. That's a
because
good
of
way of putting it.
respect?
Yeah. Like, where's the balance at?
Yeah.
What do you teach and what do you
And
practice?
when
What do
do
you
we call
show?
it respect? When is it respectful? When is it disrespectful? Because I feel like sometimes people's self illnesses shouldn't be pushed off on me, no
Oh,
matter what it is. It could
yeah.
be, you're mad. Let's call it what it is, obesity. You're mad, you're fat. You don't hear me bitching about I'm fat, right? But you hear fat people all the time bitching about being fat. Take accountability. Do something about it, right? Or vice
Yeah,
versa.
but
I need to work harder to set my goals. I need to pay the bills this month,
well,
but then not work.
don't get off topic. Now, I want to go back to like you said, like raising your son, like to like what you teach him and what is right and wrong, and also
Versus the world.
versus the
Conforming to
world
the
and where
world.
he's going. Yeah, comport to the world. And there's actually a movie. Oh my god! And I'm sure when I start explaining it, people know what I'm talking about. This dude raises like all of his kids and shit, like out in the woods, and then they make a trip into town. And they have like this whole little bus and everything, and they literally put on a show when they're in front of like regular public. But they're super smart. They're educated. They know right and wrong,
Mhm.
but they also know how to put on a show to play the game. So I think after, and this is why I said I'm like a good parent backwards. After doing everything the wrong way, if I can go back and do it again, I would have made my kids understand right and wrong,
Excuse
and then also teach them, like you said, to conform with
me. To
society.
society.
And the smaller you make your bubble with you or your kids, the less people you reach out to and you have to conform to make the better. So you keep your bubble small, give them, but the more people
Introduce them to.
introduce, the more people you can offend ultimately, and the more you have to teach. It's like it's a catch
Isn't it
22.
sad to live that way though?
Yeah, I think it's sad. That's why I love being out off the grid these days. I don't like even neighbors. My neighbors, my wife Paula, she's so cute. She says she's friendly and everything, but she's not. she, I love you, babe. You're probably laughing because you know what I'm talking about. She says she's friendly, but ever since she quit drinking, she keeps her bubble so small. She has yet to have a conversation with her neighbors. And my neighbors is like, even asked me last time, they're like, "Is your wife just not a people person?" And it was the first time I actually hesitated. I was like, "Yeah, no, she's not. She doesn't really like talking to other people." And it's like, and I love that about her. And it's like, we just, you take in who you want to conform to, and if you don't want to conform to, you can act accordingly because you allow them in your bubble so they can see you for who you are and they're not going to judge you. That's, I don't
Well,
know. In a perfect world,
this
right?
is gonna go a little different because it's not the route we have planned. But that conforming part, right? Where do you draw the line? We all set our boundaries, right? Where do you set your boundary with your job, with your family, with your kids, with yourself?
I've found myself conforming more than I told myself I would ever conform.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree with your statement for myself.
Yes, I told myself there's certain things I would never do, and I don't care. I'll hold my chest out and fucking be Superman and all this shit. But there's some stuff that has occurred. I'm not even going to bring them up, but it's nothing real personal, but that I have not, I know it goes on and I just don't do anything about it or say anything. Instead, I change what I do to make myself comfortable
Around them.
around them in situations.
For me, it's just remove myself.
Exactly.
So.
Take yourself out of the equation.
Yeah, look, it's honestly for me, it's get the fuck out the way. Like I'm a big firm believer in just stay the fuck out the way.
Yeah. Stay out the way. Fuck it. It's just that's why when I go home, I turn off my brain and we just friggin' do our own thing because we don't have to conform to anybody and I don't know, live life happily, dude. You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
But I will say the reason I bring it up is because I think back to our age and respect, right? You versus conforming to society. And I remember the first stages, and I'm gonna take this back to kids, which is fucked up, but I do that because I am a parent. You know what I mean? And I'm in a dilemma because you've been a parent, you know the ons and offs. Now I can't whoop your ass in the store.
Yeah, no, that's
You know what I'm saying? So which is unfair because it happened to me several times. So but my thing is, and I actually talked to my coworker about this today at work. I was talking about people minding their own business, right? So this is my household, that's your household, right? How you parent yours, how you parent yours,
Right.
how I parent mine, how I parent mine. If my son is throwing a tantrum over chips in the aisle, and I choose every route of kind parenting. No, don't do that. No, act right.
Mhm.
And that countdown starts, whether it starts at 5, whether it starts at 3. If I get to 1 and you haven't straightened yourself up and continue to remain straight, I'm old school parenting, bro. You're going to have to catch this. It's discipline. And I bring this up because I think about everybody and they talk about different forms of discipline. And I think about the grounding, right? Me as a kid, you could take whatever the fuck you wanted from me. I didn't give a fuck. I'm getting it back because at the end of the day, you didn't buy that shit for me not to have it, right? So I'll do what I need to do and conform to your wants for the moment, right? Work. We do what we got to do. We conform. You give us a new thing, we conform. But I don't feel safe conforming and not disciplining the old school way. So I ask the viewers out there and I ask yourself, and this is a personal, what are some forms of discipline that like this grounding bullshit, don't feed it to me. That timeout bullshit, don't feed it to me. My son is a different breed.
Okay. When I see somebody getting their ass kicked and kids being loud and shit in the stores, I look at the parents and I think, oh, you're doing a shitty job. And let me break this down.
Go ahead.
Okay. I remember when I was a kid, the second I started acting like shit or doing something I knew I shouldn't do, my mom would just give me a look. Like that look, like we're talking later.
Yeah.
And at that point, I know anything extra that I do, it's gonna be just fucking worse. So if you haven't instilled
Old
to your
school.
child that and to me this is important as I'm older now. If you can't teach your kid that you gotta in public conform and act politely and stuff, because you're in public, not because you gotta, have, everybody agree with you and shit, but you're in public, just be,
But how do I
you know what
tell
you know what I mean?
how do I tell my 5-year-old you have to conform and not call the cat a human?
Yeah,
That's a human.
well, that's a different topic altogether. Now we're going from grocery store to
No, it's
calling
because this is no, like I think about this shit because right, like
like in
I'm
public.
disciplining you and teaching you right from wrong in public. Okay.
Okay,
You
so
you shouldn't put that candy in your pocket. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Dad,
what are you talking about? Cats? Like if people
why
I
is
want
this
to
person
identify?
acting like a fucking cat?
Okay, well, ask them. Excuse me, why are you acting like a cat? You're clearly not.
So look, old school, right?
Yeah,
In this generation, is that okay?
ask.
Hey,
If if you go
ask
straight to the
the
person
question.
and ask, I swear to God, anybody
Say
these
less.
days, and no,
I'm listening.
if they have a problem with you, you'll find out because somebody will tell you they implied something on Facebook in a post. And then it's like they could be doing it while they're standing right next to you, like, you know. But you don't hear of it from the person right away. I love when I hear shit or gossip or whatever. I love going straight to the person. You're like, I'll bite. What's up? You got a
So-
problem? Hit me.
And I will, hey, right hand to God, Casey's not lying. He
Yeah.
is, let's just talk it out, hash it out. A lot of people think that form of approaching you and having a conversation, for some reason, people take it as confrontation because everybody's pussies nowadays instead
Yes.
of taking it as conversation for us to understand. The only way for us to ever understand each other out here, people, is communication.
Dude, I had a
Yeah.
guy that didn't like the nice at work. For some reason, it's like he went from like cool with me, head nods, what's up, to like nothing whatsoever.
I
You know?
remember this.
Yeah. And I actually went to the dude one day, and after like I went to go say something and came back with something, I went to him, I was like, hey man, I don't know if I ever said something to offend you or what, but if I did, I'm sorry. I thought we were cool, but and the very next day he was cool with me and everything was fine. Now I found out what I said, which, we're not all perfect.
What were you saying? What were you calling him? Let's hear it.
Man, probably a joke or something. I don't know. Talk about it. No one listens to this shit anyways. Except for my mom. She's sitting on the front porch right now smoking a joint probably. Hey mom.
Hey, salute to
Hey,
you.
what strain are you smoking? Is it an indica? Is it a
Let us know in the
sativa?
comments. Like,
Yeah.
no, I do want to say it's funny when we talk about respect because our different views on respect, right? And I had sent you this video earlier this week.
Oh yeah,
And
but
he goes, I hate this video. I was like,
yeah.
hey, so I want to show it to you guys. And I want to hear your opinions on your thoughts here because I have two different levels of thoughts. And I would really appreciate
Yeah, yeah.
feedback
Just
on
play
YouTube,
the video.
Facebook, Twitch, wherever you're listening.
I
Hey,
like you too.
hey, let me just shut up and play the video.
Morning class. Please take your seats. Today's a special day. I've got something special for each one of you.
Is the pop quiz.
Correct, Mr. O'Brien. A pop quiz. You have 20 minutes to complete the questions on this test, starting from now. What is it this time, Mr. O'Brien?
Professor, it seems like there's a question on this test that doesn't belong on this test, or any test for that matter.
And which question is that?
Question 4, what is the first name of the woman who cleans the school?
I see some of you think I made a mistake or maybe added question 4 as a joke. But listen closely to this. In your lives, in your careers, you're going to meet many people, and they're all significant. Each one deserves your care and your attention, even if all it is a smile and hello. Because respecting each other, that's what comes first. Everything else comes afterward.
All right. So I first let y'all feel I'm gonna just throw mine out there. Is I feel like you're right. If you treat life like that, you don't know who you encounter that could get you ahead, right? And I say that from a personal experience of I had a customer come into a job I used to work at before. Was really polite with them. They asked me a bunch of questions. Now in my head, I'm thinking, what the fuck is wrong with this person? It's a fucking phone I'm fixing. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you like I can fix this electronic, ma'am. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. If you'll give it to me, I'll have you done in 15, 20 minutes. Like, if that, I understand it's an express fix. It's water, you know what I'm saying? And then she goes, it's water damage. I looked at her, I said, now, if we're going to add things to the pot, like, things are going to get worse. I was like, but I got you. And then she starts telling how she doesn't have all this money and da-da-da-da. So I treat her politely, give her a little discount. She comes in 2 days later and headhunts me to be the general manager of her company. And I ended up taking the position and doing the same thing I was doing for another company, getting paid well. But it's, you treat everyone with that level of respect, whether they're rich, poor, whatever. And some of those encounters can put you in better positions.
You know what, Stacy? That is a great thing to take from that video. And I hope all of our listeners take away the same message that Stacy just shared. No, that is a beautiful thing. You should definitely.
It's your presentation.
No, it's spot on. I was actually going to say the same thing, but now I got to think of something different. Different take on it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the person that cleans the school, right? No, right? That's what he's talking about.
Yes.
And that was part of a
The
pop
janitor.
quiz in the classroom. They were probably studying algebra or something. You know, why in the fuck are you talking to the hired help? They're hired there. They're working. They actually have a. They're getting paid. There's no reason why you should be talking to them unless you're helping them clean. If that's the case, you be getting paid. Unless you have straight A's, and you don't need to study. I don't know. I just think the whole story just doesn't make sense. And if that's on the pop quiz, that teacher should be fired. If anything, if you know the name of the custodian, the person that's changing out the trash cans and in the bathrooms cleaning shit, and you know them by name, maybe they should raise an eyebrow and look into this custodian. Because I know that a lot of people that would take that position, and none of them are real good people.
It's funny as fuck to me because I agree in the times we live in. My thought process when I presented mine, right?
Yeah.
Was old school thoughts. And then when you presented it to me, and I laugh still, because it's like, that's the thought process I need to be in because of the world we live in. Nobody has respect. Nobody gives a fuck. And again, if you're talking to the custodian, why the fuck do you know their information?
Yeah.
Like, what's their phone number? All right, you're selling drugs. Right? So,
in the comments below the question, their social security number is, their address.
so fair. That's a bad place to ask that question. And that goes back with intent, timing, everything there that we talked about last week. And I think that, it's one of those things that it's a setup for failure. And I feel it's fucking crazy. But all the respect, I'm sorry.
Hey, speaking of crazy, the debate the other day,
my God,
dude, and I know my mom's listening. She's already on the phone. Oh my God, this. My mom's hilarious. She watches The Five every day with my dad.
Hey, so really quick before he gets too far into this, I want to say just for people that don't know or didn't see the debate, right? Let's just show you a real quick clip of what the debate entailed.
Have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all over the United States. And a lot of towns don't want to talk. It's not going to be Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country. And it's a shame. As far as...
What did he say?
Our canine, as they call, I call it a dog, a beautiful dog, a talented dog, was injured and brought back.
Well, not the ones that were eaten by the immigrants.
Hey, so my question is, if they are eating the dogs, right?
Man, when I first watched that, and we're not going to get into the political part of this. This is just fucking hilarious. Because I was watching this shit when he said that, I literally my jaw dropped. I laughed. Yeah, my jaw.
I laughed out.
I was like,
loud. I said,
did he
"You gotta
do
be
that?"
full of shit.
And then he doubled up on it.
Hey, so my first thought was, whose dogs? Like,
I didn't hear about this, but as soon as I heard that, I was like, I'm not fucking
hey, but
surprised.
I want you to think about it from a different angle, right? Y'all weren't adopting them dogs, no way.
Yeah.
They were stray dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, mate? Hey, they pulled up on the curb and got rid of your problem.
And
When
that
you were running down the street, your kids getting off the bus, the motherfuckers got to run for their life.
Stacy.
Hey, they just got rid of your problem.
Stacy.
Hey, that's a benefit.
I think you and me just got rid of a huge problem. That's the overstock we have of cats and dogs.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Why? Hey, are you complaining?
Hey.
I ain't seen a stray dog in a minute. I wondered why. Haven't seen a stray cat in forever. Like,
Wow. The
Hey.
mailman's like, my route is loosening up. I haven't been chased once.
real shit. And if
Yeah.
that's the case,
He's giving thumbs up to the immigrants,
really
the Haitians
complaining?
on the corner.
who's really complaining?
Yeah.
Well, there's one guy complaining. So I want you to hear this, and this is
This is
confirmation.
real shit.
Clark County Communications.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I got a question. This is a non-emergency line, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm sitting here. I'm riding on the trail going to my orientation for my job today, and I see a group of Haitian people. There was about 4 of them. They all had geese in their hand. They got away. I couldn't make out the first 3 of the license plate, but I got the numbers.
Hey, Hey,
This shit cracks me up.
you're riding down the street.
Yeah.
Hey, matter of fact, we're
Going
at work.
to an
Matter of fact, I
interview.
want to take this back. We're at work. Okay.
Yeah.
We're standing out on a smoke break.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker hops out.
There's a pond everywhere. There's a
Hey,
huge
yeah, we
pond.
got a lake at work.
Geese
They
everywhere.
hop out and just start snatching up geese.
Yeah.
Hey, how many of us are gonna look at each other like, what the fuck did you just like?
The
Did
first
that really just happen? Like,
the first thing we were told when we moved into this building at work that if you hit a geese or you fuck with geese, there's like a fine of like a, what, $150 or
Some
something,
shit
or no,
like that.
$50 or something,
I think it's 250.
like 250. Yeah. So I don't know.
Because we don't know because we don't hit them. So it
Yeah,
doesn't
we don't
matter.
But man, I can just see a Haitian mob come through that motherfucker with like a Volkswagen bus and just throw like 200 birds in there because there's like a bunch in there,
The
man.
video left me with so many questions. How you know they're Haitian? They got a Haitian flag? Like, hey, did they hop out saying we're from Haiti? Like, what? How do you know these things? Like,
But they picked such a great animal to hunt too. Have you ever like hunted
Seen?
geese?
I've seen them.
Get near one.
Hey, they
It'll
play.
come at you.
I was gonna say they hiss,
Yeah.
they attack, they fight. Hey, God forbid it's nesting season.
Yeah, just grab a baseball bat and a bag.
I think about you
Get
at work
near one.
running up the hill at the fence and that motherfucker flying across like not my eggs.
Dude, I've had a lot chase me. You know, all you have to do is just pretend like you don't see him and keep running. Yeah, there's an art
Motherfuckers
to
are
it.
vicious. So I have to say on that is kudos to them motherfuckers. If they were able to walk up and snatch a motherfucking goose up without it flying away, without it running away, it got rid of one of my problems. Like,
Yeah,
them
yeah, but then
motherfuckers
again,
are mean.
there is neighbors' cats and stuff. That's where I kind of draw the line.
Is it in China? It's normal.
Well, we're not in China.
Why not?
Just because no, we're not.
I just have to ask you. I would
What?
never eat a cat or dog for the
Oh,
disclaimer,
well.
for the record. You couldn't pay me, even if I served in the military and it was all that was on the dish. Give me the rice, okay? At the end of
Actually,
the day,
I had an interesting conversation about this earlier, Stacy.
Hmm?
Would you eat a human?
for those of you who know me, at the end of the world, newborn baby looks delicious.
That laugh was evil,
It's fucked up.
dude.
No,
That
because
reminds me of one of my ideas.
why would it not be free game at the end of the world?
Yeah.
I want to put this in perspective. The
Okay.
end of the world.
End of the world. Okay,
that's-
so let's
we're
get our
gonna-
mind
We're
right.
going to say electromagnetic pulse with nuclear war. End of the world.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
No electricity.
No electricity.
Nowhere to call.
Babies everywhere. Yeah.
Cops are at home taking care of their families.
Right.
Okay. Martial law is enacted.
Okay.
People have overthrown the government.
Got it. People
They're
are.
out here fucking shit up. The people that are alive
You
have
don't know
help.
if you can walk to the corner and
You
survive.
need iodine to walk out the front door.
Yeah.
Okay. This
Yeah.
level shit. Okay. You need iodine to be in the basement. Okay.
Okay. This is where there'd
This
be a
is
good time for
next
chickens. By the
level
way.
shit.
Okay.
Okay.
So you would eat a baby.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't see where. Look at the world. Hey, look.
Stacy.
That, no,
I
that
got a
baby
question.
is a liability to you. Hey, you want that baby, or I got
This is the
6 kids,
future
or-
of the people. We need this like to move on. Oh wait, then again,
People?
no. If you gotta no, and I see you eat the right babies.
No, you a baby. It's been fed nothing but breast milk.
Yeah, but you gotta eat
It's
the
been
right
good,
ones.
nutritious.
You can have.
Let me stop because I don't want to sell people on this, and it's some fucking crazy shit. For the
Stacey, I'm
record,
looking. There's one person watching right now. I don't think anyone's gonna listen to this
my
and
most
complain.
fucked up thing I posted lately was a picture of a baby lamb, and I said then and now, and it was a baby lamb. Fast forward with lamb chops on my plate,
Dude,
so I'm fucked up.
I told you my restaurant idea attached to abortion clinic. No fetus will beat us. I told you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, free T-shirts. My
Oh,
fetus fed a
God.
family of 4, but nobody
No.
thought it was a good idea.
No.
If anything, I got booed, and I didn't even say
Yeah.
that in front of a crowd. Like everybody I
Yeah.
told just immediately booed the idea.
Yes, I immediately booed 2 thumbs down.
Mister, I'll eat a baby in an apocalypse,
And-
but I
and
won't go to a restaurant where it's nicely prepped with some Cajun
no.
seasoning and some hot
Fuck
sauce.
no. And I'm
Man.
fat, okay? Like,
Tell me you wouldn't eat a baby with
I
some
won't
hot
eat a
sauce.
cat or a dog. You think I'm gonna eat that shit, right?
Man,
At
I've
the end
given
of
it
the
a
world,
lot
my
of
fat
thought.
ass
I
would
mean,
be
I wouldn't
dead.
do it, but like you, at the end of the world, moving on.
Exactly. If we're looking at survival and I'm gonna have to help repopulate this world, You got good genetics. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But
Like Kamala
got
says,
some
turning the page to a brighter future. She's got my vote.
so this hey, so I'm curious because you brought that up. Hey, you asked me another silly question today. So
Which
hey,
one?
we're introducing a new segment now. We don't have the banner for it yet, but we definitely have everything together. And I want, because this is a crazy word of spots.
What is it called?
Casey's thoughts.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Good. Play it.
Hey, so give me 1 second here.
Here we go.
We're
We
getting
practiced
everything
this
prepped.
once.
We're practicing this. So
Hey,
we
we got
can
one
get it.
listener. Fuck it. Oh yeah, I want to
Yeah,
nail
go
it.
for
Watch
it.
this.
So-
Like Jesus the Carpenter. Let's go. How was that? Is that good?
That was A1.
All right. Okay. And sometimes I have these thoughts. Okay. I used to have these thoughts. And these thoughts usually come at a time where I'm very relaxed in the mind. Deep thought. Usually relaxing after work on my couch. Usually a sativa, perhaps an indica.
What did he say?
And I was thinking to myself, what would be worse or what would be better? Look at it both ways. No arms or no legs. That's a pretty good question.
Hey, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm over here. I'm tripping. But
All right. And I don't know if you were watching the video, but as we asked that question, we showed a video of this dude that's just like jumping with one hand on the ground, jumping up the step. It's like it looks pretty incredible and creepy. It looks like,
looks
man,
like
is
the
that
start of a nightmare.
is that a nightmare? Is that CGI or is
It's a
that
scary
really
movie.
happening?
Like,
Did that
how
guy
do you
just
piss?
crawl out of the
Like,
TV?
How do you piss?
Yeah. Am I gonna die in 7 days after looking at this guy? Does he have a
that's fucked
butthole? I mean, you don't even.
So many
And
questions.
that goes into my questions. That goes into one of the pros and cons. So I was doing a lot of thinking, like, man, if you had the choice of having to lose either your arms or your legs, what would you pick and why? And I was starting to think, okay, what's the pros? Okay, so first I was thinking no legs, right? Because I was thinking, man, I can do a lot of dips if I didn't have all this leg weight. And immediately, exercise. You'd have a good upper body. You'd be fit. That's one of the pros. And one of the cons for I thought women was like if they had no bottom half, they would have no reason to go to the gym.
Why?
Have you ever seen a woman at the gym do an upper body exercise?
Yes, I have.
Well, I
see
know
a
that's a
lot of them
lie,
doing
Stacy.
sit- I see a lot of them doing sit-ups.
I know you don't go to the gym.
Oh, you got jokes, but I can tell you. Like, hey, what's his name? Melendez. You better tell him. Look, we see him in there working out. But no. So go ahead.
All right.
What
All
are
right.
the
Anyways.
pros and cons to no arms?
Well, see, that's a pretty tough one. Let me go back to the no legs still, okay? Because the good things you'd be really, really good at, and this is actually one of the pros. NASCAR, you'd be a better NASCAR driver. Horseback riding.
How
being
could you be a good NASCAR driver with no legs?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna go fly in the first corner. You're gonna be.
I told you I was in deep thought when I had these thoughts. I didn't think that far. I was actually thinking you'd be a better steerer, if anything. Because I was thinking how good I was at Grand. Remember GTA sitting on the couch? It's like, man, I'd be such a good NASCAR driver. And I remember not needing my legs for that. Like, oh man, I'd be a good NASCAR driver if I didn't have any legs. The pros for not having arms would be well, the first thing I thought of, I bet you can run upstairs really fast.
Hey, hold on. I want to go back. Okay. Because you definitely just. Did you just say horse riding?
Horseback riding.
NASCAR?
No,
Like,
because my stepdad, John, he likes watching the ponies, right? And I watch the ponies and they're always like oh, what are they called? I know they're called jockeys, but they're also like
They're
They're not-
jockeys.
They're not midgets, but they're not
dwarfs.
They're not regular people.
They're not regular
No,
people.
they're-
Oh my
they're-
God.
They're like the
Oh my
Keebler elves, but
God.
like real people. Like the Keebler, like they live in a tree. You seen
Oh
movies?
shit! Yes.
Yes. So
Oh,
I figured if
God.
you didn't have legs, you can have regular people do it, and they wouldn't have all the extra weight. So you can be all upper body, hold yourself onto the horse.
So now, not are they going left or right? They Superman in that bitch the whole ride. Motherfucker takes off. They're just holding on. Oof, slide, go.
Yeah. Just thinking they even like wear capes.
Aerodynamic like a motherfucker.
That look awesome.
How do you stop it?
Hey,
How do you stop it?
I don't know, but how cool would that look? Tell me you wouldn't start
Tell
watching.
them stop.
Tell me you wouldn't start watching horseback
Fuck
riding.
yeah, I would watch
Dude,
it.
I watch every sport if it was all with
Like, I
legless
watch
people.
the Derby. I watch Kentucky Derby and shit. Like,
I don't know anything.
I want to go with one of them ladies with the big old hat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking all fancy.
All right, the no arms. If you have no arms, I figured it'd be like impossible to be fat, so or overweight, I should say, or obese.
How do you figure?
Man, if you're having to like walk and do everything with your feet, like change yourself,
Got to be flexible.
go around, and you're doing a lot of leg work.
You got to be flexible.
And you're doing all that leg work. How many times can you stop, take breaks, and eat? You're adding weight. You're gonna have to walk your fat out, your armless ass around, and every time you stand up, it's all legs. So you're gonna be very aware of how much you weigh. So I figured, okay, that'd be a good, pro.
Constant squats.
But on a flip side, watermelon eating contest. You'd probably be the best at that because you'd be used to eating with no arms. And watermelons are one of those things that are hard to eat unless you have really good,
No, because they got to brace them. You got to think. No hands. He gonna be sitting there with his feet up.
Yeah, just,
Oh shit!
and no, it sucks.
You could just
And anything you win, no, here's the downside of that. Because even if that's like a pro and you can win like these eating competitions, if you're like a local celebrity for that and people want to take their picture with you, they're not doing it because you're good at eating. They're not showing that picture later on that day, like, this person ate a watermelon in 30 seconds. You're like, look at this armless freak I got the picture with. No, I'm just kidding. That's rude. I might be offending one of our two watching. I bet you there's 4 arms between the two of them, though.
We got a lot of people that follow us and watch after the show, though.
Yeah, I'm sure they all have their
I
arms.
hope everybody has all of your.
We only have one friend with no legs.
True.
That's
My
Scotty.
God, Scotty. Yeah.
Scotty Bugatti. He's got his legs. Actually, he's really tall when he stands up next to me. It's just on a regular basis, he's not tall because he's usually sitting.
So fucked
I'm fucked up. See, that's one of those things that's just funny because
Because he would think it's hilarious. That's the
he
funny
would.
part.
He's
He
fucking.
would think it's funny.
He's one of the
as fuck.
funniest guys. You want to know his best? You want to know his favorite pickup line? He told me. I hate to ruin it for any ladies out there that Scotty Bugatti's gonna be hitting on at the local fucking Hooters. He said, I just go up to him and I say, "It works." I was like, "Then that works?"
Oh shit! Works. Hey, I'm gonna try that.
I've been cutting myself short. I've been trying way too hard. It worked.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
Could you imagine though, like the people that immediately bait and bite on that, like they're going.
Yeah.
So I want to, and I'm rewinding because we got way off subject. This is so fucked up. Go back to the cons and no hands.
The cons with no hands. The cons with no hands. Pretty much everything. I mean,
Everything. literally.
everything. I mean, fighting.
Oh God.
You can be good at kicking. Let's be honest. If I pump fake you, give me your best high kick, you're gonna have to regroup before you get the gravity in your control to do it again. You're not gonna win a lot of fights. You're gonna have to be super, super nice.
Hey,
Super
so
nice.
there's literally, man. Hey, this is just because we don't have this video saved. I'm gonna play this because I want to point out that you're not impossible. You can't. You want to turn that TV on real quick.
What? Okay.
This is what it would be like. You're not gonna hear any sound or anything. But if you could imagine, two armless guys.
That's fucked up, dude. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Look how strong their legs are. They have the best balance. How do they have to do that?
They have beer belly.
Yeah, that's number one, like, tires. Hey, has to be getting stars.
Sorry, I'm afraid but you know, YouTube and you can easily see armless fights, right? Now, I want to get on there and say legless fights, but there's actually quite a few videos of people out there with no legs beating the shit out of motherfuckers with legs. So Casey has a valid point. After the argument, I have to say I'm gonna be team no legs.
Yeah, I would definitely go without the legs. And also a big thing, and let's all be honest, masturbation. I mean, no arms. Imagine getting caught masturbating. You have nothing to cover your boner with. Or your erection. What am I supposed to say?
I don't know, but
Your wiener.
hey, could you imagine both feet just tucked up like
Yeah. Usually you have like
shit.
hands and you can go, oh, you can do the cross look really quick. But instead you're gonna be like, oh, stop looking.
Stop it. Waving it around.
Oh man, it's going down. Go away. Get the dog out of here. Get the dog out of here.
Forever to find the right position.
Actually, leave the dog in here. You
Whoa,
leave.
whoa.
Leave the dog.
Whoa. Hey,
Oh, it's going back up.
so, oh, that's hella funny.
Somebody wrote-
That's fucked up.
Mhm.
Again, those are
Hey,
the-
Mom, are you
oh,
listening?
That's supposed to be Casey. So,
Oh shit.
that was just a little moment. We wanted to try the segment. Just, see what are some of Casey's thoughts. So you guys let us know what your thoughts are for
Yeah.
Casey's thoughts. But one thing that brought me and Casey together in the beginning was, conspiracy theories, right? When you said we talked a lot next to each other just about random shit and then the agenda for what they're trying to push onto America.
And this isn't a conspiracy theory so much as it is like a thought and just like a way of thinking. Maybe this is part of like Casey's thoughts. Hold on. Casey's thoughts with Casey Falcon.
One more time.
That's cool.
Hey, we got that timing down though.
Hey, I had a thought, and this is like when I was totally just baked out of my mind. Like
Okay.
baked chips on the couch, thank you very much, peace. And I was thinking, man, I'm like two people. I'm like the person in my head and this body. Like when I'm gone, this body's just gonna be like flat in the ground, and it's just like a transportation device. And then when I started thinking, like as myself as being two separate people, and this actually has a lot to do with my
split personality disorder.
hey,
guys.
hey, I'm getting deep here. All right. I've had a lot of answers in the last couple of years being sober. Okay, this is a really good high thought, and you all should listen, motherfuckers. That's why I take time out of my evenings. You are two different people. Do you hear me? And if you don't join this fucking cult and wear our shirts, then you're gonna die and go to the bad place. But we're gonna talk about next episode. You don't want to go there. I've been there.
Oh shit.
I've done seen it. No, but we're two separate people in my head. We're the person that's in your head, that thing you can't see, you can't put your finger on, you can't pull out with you can't with a knife. And then we're the physical, the person. That's why when you go brain dead, you're just living in there, your heart's beating, you don't hear shit because you're gone.
Brain waves.
Yeah, brain waves. And when you're gone, you're gone. So when I started thinking that, okay, this thing is kind of like a car. How do we take care of our cars on a daily basis? Right? We change the oil. Right? What do you do?
I mean, that's what
I told you I changed your oil. You're like, can you rotate my tires? I was like, Jesus Christ, Stacy.
Can you change my brakes?
I'm like, I got a garage. I can change oil now. And you're asking for a fucking tire rotation. And then I called him something that I'm not going to repeat. Because it's not just me and him right now.
And it wasn't the N word, okay?
No,
guys?
it started with two fat pieces. No, I'm just kidding. I would never say that to you.
No, as far as
But maintenance, right?
Yeah,
keep up with your
maintain
shit,
oil
clean it.
changes,
You take pride in it. And the people
transmission
that don't
fluid
take
flush.
pride in it, they keep it dirty and it goes down the shit. And
So what's the comparison of your human body?
your body is the same as your car. If you don't change the oil, if you don't drink water, if you don't eat healthy, if you don't
Add
go for
fuel.
fucking walks, add fuel, not only are you fucking yourself up, but if you're not instilling that on your kids that don't know better because they have nobody telling them the important things, and you haven't had this fucking little mind popping explosion in your head like I have had, take this away from this episode. Go for a fucking walk with your kids. Show them the importance of taking care of their body, brushing their teeth. I see people on a daily basis that are young and they don't have their teeth in their head because they've been eating candy. They don't brush their teeth because their parents never told them brush your teeth every fucking night. They will rot the night. Anyways, so take that away from Casey's thoughts with Casey Falcon.
We got ahead of ourselves there, so we're going to conspiracy.
Okay.
Anyways, we'll just branch into fluoride in the water and then trying to get rid of our teeth, but not just like.
Oh, there is fluoride.
There is tons of it, Mr. Wellwater.
Yeah, drink. Yeah, everybody get a well. There, you can get a hand pump well actually on Amazon. It's cheap. You can actually get a hand drill and drill down your own. Get the water line down there, and you can pump your own water. And that's just something to do if you're bored.
Something to stay off the grid.
Yeah, it's good practice.
So, what conspiracy theories have you come up with this week? And we got the Kamala and Trump. You got one person speaking facts. My conspiracy theory this week is that it was completely the news. It was the controlled news networks and media versus Donald Trump. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts on the whole debate? Yeah, it was definitely. I think my whole conspiracy is if we haven't heard anything from Kamala over the past so many months, it's because she's been practicing every fucking line that we heard last night. And some lines she used 3 and 4 times, and then I knew that was the message they were pushing. Oh, turn the page. We have more and similar than we have not, and blah 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 blah, and just no, the old playbook, and laugh at everything and make eye contact with the judges, so to speak.
So,
she was so fucking annoying.
I want to say this conspiracy theory, and I want people to really think about this, right? Everybody talks Trump is racist, this and that, this and that, this and that, right? The agenda is to leave us fucked. Who has been in office fucking us? And Trump said it best at the end. You've been there, you're there now, you're not changing shit, okay? And you can't, okay? So it's one of those things that she wants to sit up there, and the one thing I thought is, I don't want to take your guns. There's a plethora, in which I should have uploaded, of videos of her saying, we want to take your assault rifles.
Mm-hmm.
We want to take your firearms. There needs to be bans. Now, there does need to be stricter laws. I 100% agree. I agree that you should have mental checks, mental health checks. I think that you shouldn't be giving a gun to someone who shows signs that they might do some crazy, irrational shit that hurts and affects other people, right? I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I also think that, they took the guns before they, put people on trains and put them in gas chambers. So, it's one of those whole things that if you want to talk about an agenda, right? What's the best way to get the agenda done? Take your guns.
Yeah, that's a conspiracy theory. That's real shit.
We'll be posting videos.
They will love it if they took away all the firearms. That means you are firearmless, and they can just come through and
do shit.
You
bitch.
can't do shit. Think
Don't
about
eat
that
this
for a
fake
second.
meat, bitch.
You think about how safe you feel right now. That's because
you got guns, and you got people.
And if you don't, there's people around you that you trust.
You know what I want to say?
That have guns.
You want to know where a person without a gun is gonna go when shit hits the fan?
To their dad's house.
To a person
Their
with
old
a
school
gun.
dad's house.
No. To a person with a gun.
Yeah.
A cop. You called him. Why do you feel safe because of that cop? It's not the badge. It's because he has a gun.
Well,
you feel safe because he can subdue.
Well, he can also.
He can stop and he can legally disarm this person, and you can't. So you feel safe that in the 30-minute ride it takes to get to your house, that they're going to be there before you're a victim, when you're already in the course of being a victim.
I was thinking like an apocalyptic situation like we were talking about earlier.
I'm thinking about real life where we're at now.
Yeah,
they're shutting down stores because people are robbing, looting. You got food shortages. You got tons of recalls. Eggs. You know what I'm saying? You got fucking all the shit.
Hey,
going
eggs are so hot right now. Get yourself some chickens.
But really look at it. They're staging the war. They're staging it. I've said this a couple times, and I think that we're at a point in time that it's a conspiracy theory that everybody's behind. So many conspiracy theories have been proven not to be theories, but facts. MK Ultra, 9/11. Read these documents when they put them out. Read them. They have to declassify shit eventually. Read them. Instead of saying it's not real, read them. Easiest way to hide something from a motherfucker is in a book. I've been saying that forever. I just changed a couple words because it shouldn't be racist nowadays. But as far as Where are you at on that?
What, as far as
I think that they're staging us for the end of the world with the Civil War.
that's the fear I think they're just putting in us. Like, if you go this way, then you're gonna have to deal with this. If you go this way, it's gonna be civil war.
Well,
It's
it's
like,
pretty obvious. You go Kamala's route, we're going to be Marxist, is what Trump straight up.
and I
called it.
totally agree
When he
because
said
I've already
her-
been down that rabbit hole, and I believe a lot of the shit that I
When
read and I've
he-
looked up, and
When he said her father is a professor.
is a professor in
Marxism.
Marxism. Did you see any fact
Blew my
checking?
fucking mind.
I know. I was like, and she did, and he
Nobody fact checked
No.
that.
That's true.
Think about it since they fact checked everything else. That's fucking insane.
I don't
That's
know. It's just
who you
when,
want as
when
our
you go down that route, then you go down. Then if you okay, well, if you trust that side, then you also trust, and you believe in the whole transgender thing and cutting off kids' body parts because that's what they're for on that side because they're extremists. That alone, it's like I can't be for that. So it's like I don't know. That's as far as conspiracy theories. Yeah, all that shit. I pretty much believe a little bit of everything or take into consideration, but I don't really think particular myself. I'm just watching it play out these days. If I think about it too much, I can't think about shit that I like.
Well, I want to end this on a note going back to respect. And I just want to say, if your kids are your twin and you think they're assholes, look in the mirror. Thoughts?
Yeah, you're an asshole.
No.
No, there are some bad people. So no, kids aren't always a reflection of their parents, but then again, parents can also be all the difference in children.
Now,
So
listen
I
to
mean,
the people out there saying, that's my twin, that's my twin, that's my twin. And then they turn around and be like, I can't stand him, he a little asshole. Hey, guess what?
I don't know a lot of people that say that
Yes,
these
you do.
days.
I do. That's from the people that I know. They're an image of you, including my son. Every time I look at him, I think, man, you're such a rude. I am too. Like, it is what it is. I do want to end it on a great note. I'm Stacy.
I'm Casey.
And this is
Stacy and Casey Show.
You guys have